Welcome to episode 71 of 100 Days of Data. I'm Jonas, an AI professor, here to explore the foundations of data in AI with you.
And I, Amy, an AI consultant, excited to bring these concepts to life with stories and practical insights. Glad you're joining us.
Which tools fit your journey? That's the question we want to explore today as we pause to reflect on the tools we've introduced so far and how they support your learning path in AI.
Right, Jonas. Every journey needs a reliable set of tools, and in the world of AI and data, the choices can be overwhelming. Today's checkpoint is about helping listeners figure out which tools make the most sense for their specific goals and stages.
Let's start by framing the idea of a tool in AI and data. We often think of tools as software or platforms, like TensorFlow, Python libraries, or analytics dashboards. But from a conceptual view, a tool is any artifact that extends our ability to handle data or develop models. Tools can be programming languages, visualization software, or even frameworks that guide how you structure projects.
Absolutely. And in practice, choosing the right tool is less about what's trendy and more about what fits your company's data maturity, your team's skills, and the business problems you're trying to solve. I always tell clients it's like choosing the right set of kitchen utensils. Having a fancy blender is great, but if you only need a whisk for basic recipes, that's what you should use.
I like that analogy. Historically, our approach to data and AI tools has evolved in layers, or what we call a stack. At the bottom, you have infrastructure tools, managing raw data storage and processing. In the middle, there are modeling and algorithmic tools, and at the top, end-user tools like dashboards or automated decision systems. Understanding where a tool fits in this stack clarifies its role.
That's a good point, Jonas. For example, I worked recently with a healthcare provider who invested heavily in AI model building platforms, but their data infrastructure wasn't ready. They had fragmented data sources and poor quality controls. So the model platform was like an expensive sports car with no fuel. It simply couldn't run well.
Exactly. This points to the importance of reflection and assessment in your learning path. Before jumping to the newest AI library or dashboard software, it's worth reflecting on your existing data capabilities and where the gaps are. That way, you can select tools that fill those gaps, rather than tools that just add complexity.
From a consultant's view, I always ask clients to map out their current data and AI stack. What storage, processing, analytics, and modeling tools do you use? What skills does your team possess? Then we layer in the business goals and risk factors. It's never a one-size-fits-all approach.
Speaking of a layered approach, let me lay out a simple framework many use when approaching their AI tool selection. First, start with understanding your data sources and how to ingest them efficiently. Then, look at your data preparation and cleaning tools, because, as you know, quality data is foundational. Next, explore modeling platforms suited to your team's familiarity. Some prefer graphic user interfaces. Others prefer notebook-driven environments. Finally, incorporate tools for deployment and monitoring, often overlooked but crucial.
Yes, that deployment piece is huge. If you develop a great model but can't integrate it into your business process or monitor its performance in real time, it's a missed opportunity. For instance, in automotive, a client developed predictive maintenance models using open-source Python frameworks, but lacked a strong deployment pipeline. The results? The model predictions never reached the mechanics efficiently to prevent breakdowns.
This also ties into the concept of a steady learning path. For many professionals, mastering AI doesn't happen in a single step. You start with basic spreadsheet tools or SQL for data querying, move up to visualization tools like Tableau or Power BI, and, if needed, progressively add more complex machine learning tools.
And don't forget that organizational culture and training play into this. You can have the best tools, but if your team isn't comfortable or lacks the right skills, you won't realize value quickly. Sometimes investing in user-friendly tools with strong community support accelerates adoption more than choosing a cutting-edge platform, but complex.
That's why reflection is key. Reflection means regularly stepping back to evaluate what tools are working, what new skills are needed, and how your stack aligns with your evolving business goals. In academic settings, students often keep a learning journal. In companies, this might translate into periodic reviews or retrospectives on AI initiatives.
I've seen that practice work wonders in retail companies embracing AI for customer insights. They set quarterly checkpoints where the data team, business leaders, and IT come together to review the tools in use, measure ROI, and decide whether to pivot or deepen their investment in certain platforms.
So, given all this, how should our listeners approach tool selection and reflection on their journey? I suggest a three-step approach. First, audit your current tool stack and data capabilities. Second, map those to your business and learning goals. Third, plan incremental learning and adoption stages, routinely reflecting and adapting your stack accordingly.
That's a solid roadmap. I'd add that it's often helpful to pilot new tools in small projects before large-scale rollouts. For example, I recently helped a finance company test an automated data quality tool on a limited dataset before full integration. This minimized risk and encouraged constructive feedback.
Before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit the key terms we're highlighting today: reflection, stack, and learning path. Reflection is your periodic checkpoint, the thoughtful pause to assess progress and needs. The stack is your layered set of tools and systems working together, and the learning path is your intentional journey through skills and capabilities.
Nicely put, Jonas. Remember that every professional's learning path looks different, shaped by their industry, company size, and goals. The power lies in intentionality, being mindful of where you are and where you want to go with AI tools.
To close, here's a key takeaway from me. Tools are enablers, not ends in themselves. Your best results come from aligning your tool stack thoughtfully with your data maturity and business objectives, supported by regular reflection.
And from my side, don't let tools intimidate you. Start simple, pilot often, and grow your AI capabilities step by step. Real impact comes when tools meet business needs and people skills.
Next episode, we'll dive into the people behind AI, starting with Alan Turing, the father of modern computing and artificial intelligence.
If you're enjoying this, please like or rate us 5 stars in your podcast app. We'd love to hear your questions or comments about today's episode. Some might even be featured in future recordings. Until tomorrow, stay curious, stay data-driven.